This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
There it is. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Check it out. Move. If you got the nerve, lash out for your just desserts. It's not just a word. Some of y'all heads up in the cloud. I'ma bring y'all back to earth. It's black back to burn. Mouth, I'm not concerned. Cause y'all got to learn. It's y'all turn like Detroit Red when his head had an ultra perm. The long walk to burn your bare heels, so throw on your boots. The game camouflage like army suits, but I can see it more clear cause I came with the coupe in here. Ring the alarm and form the troops. Send them out into the world, go to war on the fluke. Eye to eye with the enemy you sworn to shoot. Now I'm coming at your neck, sick of hearing something wrong with me, wrong with you. When the cheap just way too smart to question. The enemy, the brothers of a dark complexion. The governments of the world is shark infested. They heavy on weaponry like Sharpton Heston, man. Look, it gets low, man. Real low. Now I'm talking about. Get it. Yeah.
I ain't rocking with you. So what you gon' do?
It's my favorite music.
The mic on with you, your logic does not compute. Come on.
Talking Heads with Naughty is sponsored by BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, Dunkin' Donuts, Fidelity Bank Bahamas, the Fincastle Media Group, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, J.S. Johnson, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, and Tropical Gyros.
We're back at you. Happy Monday. It's the Monday edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. Got a great show lined up for you today. All right. It's fully loaded. I got my good friends from Abaco, Mr. Roscoe Thompson, Mr. Ken Hutton. They're going to be chiming in with me on the Dunkin' Donuts coffee break in short order. But before I get there, you know, you got to get into the brain teaser, get your mind working, because I want good conversation. Leave your work stress at work. You know what I mean? Leave the school run stress, on the school run. And I want you undivided because we got lots to talk about. So we can get the brain tease out of the way, and then we can get up into what we need to talk about. And for those of you that escaped on Carnival, not in the days of social media, y'all didn't escape that. We got to talk. Y'all didn't get off the hook that easy. No, sir. No, Allah. And I'm not just talking about the revelers, I'm talking about the group, the fringe groups, the scrap gangs, the hanger-oners, just the good old-fashioned folks who don't want to do none of that but stand on the side of the road and drink. All of y'all, yeah, we got to talk to all of y'all. So all of y'all was in rare form over the weekend. My God. All right. Here we go. Now, you know how to get your answers in. Phone lines are open. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. You can text me on the BTC text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Stream us wherever you want to go, GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. And, of course, you can check us out on cable channel 969. And BTC Flow Channel 612. All right. Playing for Joker's Wild Party passes. All right. Get your thinking caps on. Here we go. And this is a pretty good one. All right. Listen. Boy, listen. Carefully answer this one. Recent survey of 100 Bahamians, 50 men, 50 women, professionals, working professionals, said they would rather be late for work and possibly get yelled at by their boss than do without this in the morning. What is it? That is your mind-bending brain tease. And be very careful how you answer, You got to look at the percentages. All right? All right. Now, if you're about to say coffee, you're wrong. It's very higher percentage than that, so don't hurt yourself. Mr. Producer, I need, what I realized? I need the text line. I'm without my lightsaber today. You got me fighting with a blaster. So there you have it. You got between now and the top of the news and the 5 o'clock hour to get your answers in. Recent survey, 100 Bahamians, 50 men, 50 women, professionals, all working professionals. 50 work possibly get yelled at by their boss without this in the morning. They got to do this in the morning or have this. What is it? Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hi. Is it Perth?
Is it what?
The newspaper.
Oh, the newspaper. No, not the newspaper.
Thank you.
That's not it. Think about it. Call me back. Not the newspaper. Let me check this. Listen, without sex, you all got to be like, listen, man, it's more than 56% who will do that. That's more like 69 and above, okay? We'll do that for sex. Okay? All right, listen. I know y'all said Dunkin' and Dunkin' Coffee. I appreciate that answer, but brownie points will get you nowhere because coffee's not the answer that I'm looking for. All right? Visit Detroit. Bingo. There we go. We got a winner. Right there. Off the text line. The person who just texted me, check their social media. All your Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Yeah. Bingo. Send me your information. All right? We got that out of the way. Let's check your social media. Boom. See how easy that was? Now I know you're thinking, well, you're thinking quick on a Monday. I like that. All right, let's jump on in to the headliners. Who or what made headlines in the 242? And it's all being brought to you by Fine Threads. And Fine Threads reminds you new arrivals are in stock right now. All right, new arrivals, both locations, Top Hill, Mackey Street, the flagship store, and the Southwest Shopping Plaza location. All right, got the shoes in from Adolfo, Romario, and Franco Vanucci. Great lines right there. And don't forget, suits are back in. All right, full line of suits, new arrivals, Tazio, Azzurro, Studio Ferrera, Diamante, and Mazzari. All of this and all the new arrivals available for you right there on FineThreads.com. Check them out online, do your shopping online, then arrange for pickup at any one of those convenient Fine Thread locations. All right? Top of Hill, Mackey Street, and the Southwest Shopping Plaza. In today's Guardian, and where do we start? I mean, lots to look at. A lot of y'all want me to go carnival. We can go carnival in a second, all right? Just calm down. The big headline as of this morning, carbon monoxide killed American visitors. Very tragic situation coming out of Exuma there, but at least we finally get to the bottom of it. Story by Juan McCartney in today's Guardian. The American tourists who were found dead in villas at Sandals Emerald Bay Resort on Exuma earlier this month died from carbon monoxide poisoning. This is what the Nassau Guardian understands. The pathologist is expected to release the findings of the autopsy and toxicology report today. The deceased were identified as Michael Phillips, 68, Robbie Phillips, 65, from Tennessee, and Vincent Chiarella, 64, from Florida. Now, let me know what your take is on that, my talking heads. So, chime on in. All right, I want you to know, after all the speculation, now that we've got the pathology results, where do we go from here? I think it's just a very sad situation. Because when you look at it, you have to now look at the extenuating circumstances. Where did this come from? How did this happen? But initially now we know, foul play not to be expected. All the other conspiracy theories could be put to rest. So let me know how you feel on that. You got other news popping up. Government will ensure tax burden is equitable. This coming from Minister of Finance, Mr. Halkitis. Story by Chester Robot. Now, listen, Mr. Halkitis, let me be honest with you, okay? The last time somebody tried that and tried to make this tax burden is equitable, it didn't happen. Okay? Okay, so let me know. So anyhow, you all texting me these texts by Grammy Awards. You all need to stop, you know. I don't know if you're texting from. Because we ain't talking Grammys. But yeah, definitely looking at that headline. And then, you know, what's your take? I mean, is it ever going to be equitable, the burden of the taxes on citizens? Is it ever going to be equitable? I don't know. You got to read that story by Chester Robots in The Guardian today. And then, of course, you know, where do we go? We got COVID numbers on the rise. Story by Rachel Scott. The other health crisis, forced to wait for care. Non-COVID patients now overwhelming the system. With the PMH operating at a maximum capacity, Dr. Monroe said yesterday the healthcare system is challenged by patients who are unable to have elective procedures done as a result of COVID-19 pandemic. People who ought to have had things done in 2020, they are now in much worse position than they were in 2020, Monroe said. Therefore, you're looking again at your resources being outstripped simply because patients who may have had a hernia that was able to be reduced, that hernia is now incarcerated or strangulated. Someone who may have had a stage 1 cancer because of no access, they're now a stage 4. Someone who needs to have an endoscopy done couldn't get it done, and therefore, whatever that problem was, it has advanced. So, there you have it. Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. Who's this?
99.
What's going on, my brother?
How are Dow today, man?
Huh?
How are Dow? How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, my bro? You good?
Great. Man, let me just put my 2 seconds in, man. Man, the way this world going and the country going ain't looking too good, man. I mean that you could have a good time, you could hit the road, but what's the advantage in that? What's the achievement in that? And COVID is on the rise. They open up the country. Yeah, we need to have some space. But the party goers, the people who are not being responsible, is making it harder than ones who are receptive and learning. And the thing about it, right, the COVID cases are on the rise, right? But guess what? That's only going to be detrimental to us and our children, our generations to come, They have monkeypox. We don't know what's going on. These are the last days, but
right. And if you look at the situation, what a lot of people aren't looking at, if the numbers go up, the CDC is going to drop our rating again, and then of course we have issues at the border all over again.
And some ain't even reached yet, Naughty. Ain't even June. And the thing about it, look at more pivotal things. Global warming. June 1st is the start of hurricane season. So we must look at things that are more necessary. Because you could have a good time, you could drink party, but you still going to have them pains at the end of the day. That hangover going to come in, and you still going to be what's next. And the thing about it, it hits hard with COVID and Dorian back to back because many successful people, they saw what the world is. Many relationships didn't last because they was like, you know what, this is my wife, this is my girlfriend, this is my children. What did I get myself into? We cannot look at things at face value and exterior because we hurt it inside. And if the government can do all these things, they still millionaires. They still getting 5 paychecks. We still in minimum wage. We still got to find ways to put our children in private school if they are. So we got to think about some things, not only temporary, but permanent. That's all I got to say.
All right, brother. Thanks for chiming in. Good points as always, man. Appreciate your call. Naughty, what is your view about the monkeypox? You see how that looks, man? Listen, from what I've seen so far, it is not a pretty sight. It's been compared... this strain is rather weird. I heard one doctor say that there were strains of the smallpox, which had been eradicated decades ago, but now it seems like that's kind of up in the mix with this monkeypox. The monkeypox, by looks alone, I mean, come on. Do you see it? That look like chicken pox on steroids, people. You don't want no part of that. You want no part of that, okay? And it attacks everywhere. So now we have to do our due diligence because if we've had cases of monkeypox in the United States and in Canada, we need to figure out, well, hey, how are we going to keep it from coming to our shores? Because dealing with COVID is one thing and how we handled it, and dealing with a whole nother wave like monkeypox on top of everything else, come on. Off the text lines, hey, Naughty, we need another hospital. The population is growing. Real talk, we need another hospital. I agree, a state-of-the-art one. As a matter of fact, Naughty, if you get the monkeypox, the wife kicking you out the house. And if the wife get the monkeypox, they kicking her out the house. Of course, I mean, that's a mutual thing. That's because we love each other. That's protection. Naughty, I have an idea. Let's use the shipping pallet crates to batten up the houses because they would be cheaper than the plywood. Oh boy, listen. Some of your ideas shouldn't be texted, bro. All right, he's my boy and he's contribute regularly. But one or two of them, you don't need the text, okay? But I need pallets. Oh God. But back to my point, though. Looking at some of the headlines, my big question is, I still want to know from you guys, do you think the taxation will ever be equitable? I mean, I laugh at that. I think it's hilarious. I think it's always going to be on the backs of the smaller man. That's just how they like it. The 1%, that is. All right, let's slide into the buzz. The buzz being brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. And John's reminds you, in addition to your new arrivals every Monday, your fast fashions, your workwear, all of your accessories, full line of footwear for the kids, all right? Work, school, casual, not work, school, casual, formal, athletic. They now have small home appliances and cookware as well. So be sure to check out John's both locations, John's Plaza Carmichael and the flagship store on Rosetta today, all right? They're definitely doing big things. And remember, John, serving you is always a pleasure. Well, the buzz is one thing. Carnival. Now listen here. A lot of you are wrong, okay? I can tell you why you're wrong. First and foremost, you have junkaneurs, you have sports enthusiasts. Everybody's going for their little thing that they like, okay? This happened to be the Carnival Revelers Super Bowl. Let them do their thing. Some of y'all get on social media and y'all are the biggest critics. But none of y'all really have looked in the mirror as you criticize, number one. Number two, none of y'all got the courage to get dressed up the way some of these people got dressed up and shake their thing. Yes, spandex is a lie. It was proven over the weekend in Carnival. Spandex is a lie. It's false advertising. Spandex is work magic. It just put different proportions on proportions where it shouldn't be. It just shape shift and weight lift. But guess what? People was out there enjoying themselves. And that's what it was all about. And for the most part, in certain areas, I saw the distancing done for the most part. I saw some masks, I saw some distancing. Gals were like, no, don't shake up in my face. Here, let me turn around and wind up on you. Yeah, distance, whatever. It was working. And then we saw the video of the one poor dude getting monkey stomped. Why it gotta turn violent? Why does it have to take that route? Are we still stuck that a good time here on the weekend is go to the party, have a good time, carry on by it, and then break somebody up at the end? Is that what it is? You know how long I've been going on? Can we not change that playbook maybe? Please? So please, let me know your take. You think people should jump on social media trying to body shame so many of the people that were out there having a good time? Did it occur to you people who go on social media to try body shame some of these people? They done gone out there in full carnival costume. They ain't checking. They don't care about you. They don't care about your comment. They don't care about you, your ma, your family. Nobody. Never dawn on you. They quite comfy in their skin. Man, so everybody went out to carnival. The chunky but funkies. You know what I mean? The bony maronis. Everybody in between. Y'all did your thing. Props to y'all. Now, could y'all hold out off till next year? Because we only need it once a year. Because when y'all ain't reveling, y'all parking all over the place in front of people's yard, on top of people's house, all kind of stuff, and going for days. So y'all need to be a little more considerate when you're out there doing your thing. Okay, have a good time now, but you know, if you park your car in front of somebody's yard and you come back in your car towed, you can't be mad, because you know, maybe you shouldn't have parked and blocked up people's gates. Then your car wouldn't get towed. Naughty I'm with you, spandex should be banned. I didn't say it should be banned, I said it's a lie. Naughty judge basing on just the video footage, a lot of people are out of shape bad. Yeah? And you want to say some of these girls out of shape bad, but you have one or two cocktails enough, you'll slide up in one of them in the night and think they be out, so don't go there. Well, regardless, it doesn't have, listen, even if the video was old, my point is, why does it still have, why did that instance end up that way? And why did the cool event more recently just end up that way? And why did the next event just end up that way? So yeah, okay, I appreciate you telling me it's an old video. Thank you, I do. But at the end of the day, why do we still end up with the same ending from that old video to the more recent videos? We need to get out of that mentality. You know what I mean? What else is happening? Naughty. Some of these gals really, really should not wear what they were wearing. Like a rack of tires. All I can see is Stop it. You need to stop it. Because you need to send me a picture of what you look like. Because you're mighty critical, but boy, I tell you. You and Bullfrog might be twin brothers. You better watch out. Anyway, it's 4:33. Let me get into the global warming. We're heating up the planet in 60 seconds or less. Then we're going to take a quick break. And on the flip side of the break, let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, what's going on, Hardy?
What's going on, Gardner?
Everything
Well,
good.
let me get this right. From the last time you talked, you were right about the Celtics in Game 2, and then boom, you ain't got nothing to say about Game 3. So we'll have a great conversation after 5 today. We'll talk after 5 on basketball for sure. What you got for me now?
Yeah, man, with this carnival thing, right? Trust me, I support the government not dealing with it, not sponsoring it, right? But then I still give them wrong for doing the first one, because they don't want their wives and their daughters go out there and display themselves in them way and wind up on something, you know what I mean? So, you see, and I come from a musical family, right?
Uh-huh.
And the problem with our music is that we don't have no conscious lyrics, you see. That's the way, that's how Bob Marley made the reggae popular. They started with conscious music. I don't know how conscious it is now, you know.
Yeah, you still have some sects of reggae that is conscious, but you're seeing dancehall go the route that it's gone, and so on and so forth. So
Yeah,
I get your
it
point
ain't
there.
really the spaces and the lines in the music. It's just the lyrics that really made it. And until our musicians do the same, we can never make money in that way. Even our orange economy got to be the same way. But
I agree.
You got a lot of issues to deal with, man.
Yeah, man, a lot. I mean, we got the situation with people crying for equitable taxation. You know what I mean? Will it ever be balanced? We got COVID numbers going up. We got monkeypox on the rise. Healthcare issues. I mean,
healthcare. We got what's his name? Doctor's Hospital doing a hospital in Jamaica, not a clinic, a hospital. So why government can't do the same?
Well, I'm always for healthcare. You know that I'm always for the best healthcare that we could get, that we could provide for people. Because
one thing I get it. Another thing I got issue with, right? The last year they talk about Cuban minister. You know what I'm saying? Speaking.
Yeah, is he bad for business? For the FNL?
Well, he should be standing on behalf of this constituent. Not the FNM. That's the problem in politics. You see, and like last time he said, this time would be the poor people's time. I guess him advocating for income tax.
But
this time it's for the poor people.
You notice some of the nuggets he offered when he did speak didn't make too much sense. Maybe he shouldn't speak. You know what I mean?
No, but then he speaks for income tax, right?
But I'm saying though, you forget now. It's very hypocritical because the last time he launched that income tax he hurled that at the rich. Lightfoot Key fired one letter back. Bush cracked, Doc sat small, the whole administration sat small, and nothing came of it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So if it didn't work for you, you know what I mean? Don't come up holier than thou and suggest that Mr. Davis should do it because it's hypocritical.
Last time he said he going for them people, for them other people. Now this time it's supposed to be for us.
Well, in football, if we was trying to run it, we the first time we went after the Super Bowl, we were a running team. That didn't work, Maybe we try a passing team now, even though the team we going up against is the best defensive pass, unit in the league. Don't make no sense.
But, remember how we got powder last time? He promised to do away with water, right?
Yeah, and what happened?
What else? And the light, he promised that. Now he said, in other words, what I'm saying to you, he's saying the things that the people need, but then the government party, he's saying, well, he ain't no position. What I see
is right now a lot of pontification and posturing to remain in the spotlight. That's it. That's what I see it as, Gardner.
So he's representing the views of the people, the needs of the people. Whether in other words he had a chance and didn't do it, it is what it is.
All I can say is
why isn't, in other words, the PLP is saying and people that oppose him are saying that man he have no say. I mean he have no, you know what I'm saying? But what about the people? What the people need? That's what shouldn't be bothered. That's what he say.
My thing about it is,
if you don't like it with him saying it, just close your eyes.
All right, I feel you.
Listen.
I feel you. All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Get your basketball talks ready for 5 o'clock. We can talk soon. I got some more calls coming in, but I always appreciate you chiming in. My biggest thing is, how could Dr. Minnis go from being alien to the press, allergic to the press, to now when he see a microphone hopping on it like a stripper on a pole? I mean, how does that happen? How does that happen? You can't tell me it ain't posturing. Anyway, let me go to this phone call real quick, and then we'll get to the break, and then we'll start our Dunkin' Donuts coffee break. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Yeah, good afternoon, Naughty.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, the thing is, Naughty, I'm afraid that to the woke, right, it's a problem because, I like my sports, and he's a Steeler, right?
Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, man, he's a Steeler, man, from me and Joe Green.
Oh, there you go.
I said, well, man, listen to me. The thing is, I just want to be a scientific journalist. Dr. Archer and another monopoly on Dr. Peter McCullough, right? But, you got some far-reaching things. You can see if you could get Dr. Christina Parks or Dr. Dolores Cahill or Dr. Rudolph Wolfgang on to just speak to the public, because what happens is I've seen the fair paradigm that most people, at least I had a great joy today when I texted into one about Operation Dark Winters, which was a smallpox simulation.
Mm-hmm.
Done in 2000. This is where Dr. Minnis and Joe Biden got the terminology dark winters.
Right.
This is where it came from. So there was some subsequent studies simulations. One was the Big Event 201, and they had Corona stuffed tall toys made before that, which was this big Event 201 was sponsored by John Hopkins, some other NGOs, along with the B&G Gates Foundation, right? Now, the thing is, this is sound off the wall, but I really would like people to investigate what I'm saying because, it's kind of scary. A guy called about the monkeypox, and they're creating the fair paradigm to the sheep who's at the bottom. They want us to fight against one another in our ignorance about outdoor transmission and who gathering up. Man, listen, these things don't concern me. What can concern every walking sheep in the pasture is the fact that right now, maybe today or starting this week, there's going to be a conclave at the United Nations or the WHO to decide on the pandemic treaty, right, as it relates to international health regulations.
But you don't miss a beat by 52.
No, but see, this is how evil the world is. I done been on almost every rabbit hole now. I may lose my life going on the next one. But what I'm saying is the truth. Noddy, what I'm saying is we all lost and we're being duped. It's really ridiculous about the matter of the monkeypox. Give me a break. At least one, give me a good laugh today because the other sense of humor is very sensible. But the thing is, isn't it amazing that the monkeypox was discovered in laboratory simians or monkeys? Isn't it ironic that we have a biological weapons program but we discovered all of this? See, the fact that the average person is not as being fallen in that long as me. So what I'm simians or monkeys in the laboratory, it doesn't mean that's the origin of the virus. So they discovered this in 1958, but then they didn't, from now until give me the origins to
Right.
genetic sequencing to tell me where it came from. You discovered it in a monkey doesn't mean
That's where it came from, because that could have been put into the monkey.
Yeah, and so the fact that they conquered smallpox was because smallpox didn't have other animal reservoirs versus COVID and other diseases and the monkeypox that has animal reservoirs to keep disease persistent. So they could only keep that up either by human consumption or by vaccinating people. It's this fair paradigm just easy with the monkeypox because what happens is I was born in the 60s, so I was vaccinated against smallpox, chickenpox, and I also had zoonosis zoster or shingles. So I guess the person who texted warned that they don't really understand the immune system because antibodies waning happens naturally.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with immunity. That's why they have T and B memory lymphocytes that they remember the mugshot of the virus whenever they see it again. Wake up. Hello. What I'm saying is this stuff is being repeated on the radio over and over by a non-pundit like me. But what I'm saying is, Noddy, there's so much to be had that it's frightening for me. We need a scientific journalist. I can't be doing it. I just doing this for people who's listening.
Well, I got all of my list now. Recruit a scientific journalist for the show.
Like a first world country like Dr. William Broad, et cetera, from the New York Times. And even so, you saw in the New York Times the other day where there was all kind of information coming in from the New York Times, not from me, about irregularities at these pharmaceutical subsidiary companies that they hired to do these work, sloppy work, or whistleblowers being suppressed, fired, et cetera, et cetera. So, I wonder why people, this is just always a one-way conversation. There's no scientific facts. You see outdoor transmission,
right.
monkeypox now. The thing is, the smallpox had a death rate of 30%. And so with the smallpox, even though you didn't want to catch it, natural immunity produces a lifetime immunity, all right? And they know this. And so with these viruses, they are orthopox viruses. They have reactivity in any test that identify them.
All right, with 52, my producer giving me the wave. I got to get to the break, but listen, I'm going to get on that. I know a few friends in the business. I mean, hopefully they'll meet your approval. I'll run it by a couple and see if we can get somebody on to break it down in more depth from the scientific side of it. You're doing a great job, though. Wherever I go, it's like, no, anyway, make sure I tell 52, keep up the good work, man, because a lot of people listen to you, and a lot of people like your research, 52, so be encouraged and keep on chiming in. We're going to take a quick break right now, right here on Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Flip side of the break, we'll start the Dunkin' Donuts coffee break with my guest, Mr. Roscoe Thompson and Mr. Ken Hutton from Abaco. Abaco Revisited. Yep, it's been a couple of weeks since we talked the last time, and let's find out exactly what's going on, all right, in Abaco. All coming up on the flip side of the break, right here on Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
Refined style with elegant taste. Then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste. Then fine threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family. Together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service, your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online. www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on in today at John's, where we put fashion at...
When I got prostate cancer, my family didn't know if I was going to live. At Cancer Treatment Centers of America, within days, I got an appointment. They presented me with treatment options, and we set up a robotic prostatectomy. When my scans came back, there are no signs of cancer. They don't see you as a number, they see you as a part of the family. I'm going on with my life. It's a real gift.
Call us at Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
Let Dunkin' put the good back into morning with our delicious breakfast sandwiches. Enjoy a fluffy egg topped with American cheese and bacon, ham, or savory sausage on your choice of a flaky croissant, a warm bagel, or a toasted English muffin. Choose your favorite and have breakfast just the way you like it. Make it a combo with golden hash browns and a freshly brewed coffee. And get rising and shining with Dunkin' breakfast sandwiches today. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'. Around the world, Cleveland Clinic is recognized as a leader in healthcare. Our team of experts relentlessly pursues the best for our patients. From groundbreaking cancer research to state-of-the-art heart surgery, life-saving innovations happen here every day. When it's time to travel for your health, it's time to travel to Cleveland Clinic. Your destination for care, for every care in the world. To learn more, visit clevelandclinic.org/Caribbean. You don't have to rise and shine to enjoy Dunkin's Big Breakfast Bundle. Our all-day breakfast sandwich made with your choice of sausage, ham, or bacon comes with crisp hash browns, a freshly brewed medium coffee, your favorite Dunkin' donut, and a bottle of refreshing Dasani water. The Big Breakfast Bundle will satisfy you, whether you're an early and Big Breakfast Bundle. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
The most important thing in life is family. And whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
Wow! KFC just put the wow in your week with the KFC Crazy Tuesday Wow Bucket. Satisfy your crispy fried chicken cravings with 8 pieces of finger-licking good chicken for the wow price of $15. And with KFC Crazy Bundles, you can add all your KFC favorites for more savings. So taste the crunch and take a KFC bite out of life. Be happy. Save at KFC. Only on Tuesdays and only at KFC. KFC Nassau. Crazy wow good.
A local paper in Grand Bahama is back every Tuesday as a section of the Nassau Guardian. Available at local stores, gas stations, pharmacies, Western Bakery, and Bellevue Gifts. Daily and, of course, on Tuesdays, too. Want to reach your Grand Bahama audience? Then call Barefoot Marketing at 827-4578 or message them for ad rates via their Facebook page. Advertising opportunities now include classified ads, too. Keep up with all the latest Grand Bahama news in the Guardian newspaper every Tuesday.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
I got you right here, Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Gotta remind you, man, big up the KFC, man. Let's check out the global warming real quick. Then we're going to, get into that Dunkin' Donuts coffee break real quick. But don't forget, every Tuesday, all right, it's Crazy Tuesdays. Put the wow back in your week with Crazy Tuesdays Wow Bucket, all right? You get 8 pieces of finger-licking good chicken for the wow price of only $15. That's every Tuesday, Crazy Tuesday, at your favorite KFC location. And don't forget, open till midnight. KFC drive-thrus are open till midnight so you can get your finger-licking feel on. up until midnight, all right, at your favorite KFC location. All of their drive-thrus, Monday through Sunday, available for you right up until midnight. That is all GOOD good. So let's check out the global warming real quick. We'll see another planet in 60 seconds or less. All brought to you, like I said, by Naughty Johnnies. Ed Sheeran is now the father of two. He and his wife, Cherry Seaborn, welcomed their second daughter into the world last week. Michael Che has already said he was leaving Saturday Night Live after this season. Now we're hearing Pete Davidson, Kate McKinnon, Adie Bryant, and Kyle Mooney will also not be returning next year. That show is really going to suck after that. Jason Sudeikis, Ted Lasso, and English model Kelly Hazel have apparently called it quits. On May 18th, Us Weekly confirmed that the pair have split after nearly a year of dating. There's a new Ocean's 11 prequel in the works with Margot Robbie. Documents say that Elon Musk exposed himself to a SpaceX flight attendant and that she received $250,000 severance package to go away back in 2017. Elon Musk dismissed the sexual harassment accuser as a far-left actress who had a major political axe to grind. Sound like you wasn't grinding no axe there, Elon, I'll tell you that much. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is now engaged to her longtime partner, Riley Roberts. They were sweethearts at Boston University and have been together ever since. And that's a wrap right there on your global warming. All brought to you, of course, by KFC Nassau. Now time to slide up into that Dunkin' Donuts coffee break. All brought to you, of course, by Dunkin' Donuts. All right, and the refreshers, all right? Find your tropical state of mind with Dunkin' Coconut Refreshers. Enjoy the creamy taste of coconut milk and a burst of fruit flavor. Available in pink strawberry, golden peach, and purple pomegranate. Because you know the Bahamas runs on Dunkin', and I endorse that purple pomegranate. It's all good. It's waiting for you. Downtown Bay Street, Paradise Island, Palmdale, Bernard Road with the drive-thru, East Street South with the drive-thru. Carmichael, the newest location, and out there at the airport. Taking that Dunkin' Donuts coffee break with me. Back after 2 weeks, my good friends from Abaco. I got Mr. Roscoe Thompson live in the studio with me, and I got Mr. Ken Hutton chiming in on Zoom from Abaco. Welcome to the show, fellas. Good to see you. This is like, you know, you part of the team now. Every 2 weeks I need to hear Abaco. You're my Abaco contributors. What's going on down there in Abaco, Ken? Because Roscoe looked like he had a good lunch here today, boy. He looked at least 6 months pregnant.
I'm not even going to comment on that one, but she's going to come back in and kick my butt.
Thanks, Ken.
So how's things in Abaco, Ken? Since the last time we talked 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's been a whole 2 weeks, and it's exactly the same. Still, unfortunately, still absolutely zero input from government on any kind of initiative we've been proposing, either myself or local government. So
have you met again?
We're just going through it.
Have you had further meetings in the last 2 weeks since we spoke with government officials, or is it still
not a thing? No responses, no nothing, no.
Wow. I mean, at some point they need to make a response, though, even if it's a no. I mean, because right now, Abaco is just basically sitting there, right? Red tape, spinning wheels in the mud, no pun intended, and can't get where they need to be. I mean, we've talked about this overall for 6 weeks. Over a period of 6 weeks, we spaced it out, so now you're looking at a month and a half, and there's no response in a month and a half. That's ridiculous.
They've made changes on provisions to the concessions, but they haven't told anybody. There's, I bring in materials every week, and each week there's something new that's been added that's duty invatable that nobody has said it's there, and they just keep changing the rules without telling anyone.
But Ken, I'm playing. Explain it to me like I'm a 2-year-old right now. But if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it clearly stated on the campaign trail that there would be concessions for Abaco to rebuild when it came to VAT and to duty and to import stuff, so you could rebuild and get to where you needed to be?
Yeah, there were, but there was no clarification of exactly what they would be. So even if they just kept it on, say, building materials and lumber, there it is, but they put it back on everything else.
But how?
And they kept their word.
How do they expect Abaco to rebuild if now the playing field is it wasn't level to begin with? What was supposed to level the playing field is now turned into a burden, because you can't even get on the field to play, because obviously there's too much red tape keeping you there, and obviously it's more bad campaign promises, more political BS. And I hate to hear that Abaco is still now in May of 2022 in the same darn position they were over the past administration, now to this new administration. At some point, where do we get involved here in New Providence and other islands to try and get the word out? Because obviously they ain't checking for you out in Abaco. And I don't mean to say that in a bad way, Ken. I want to see y'all get the help you need. I've talked to Abaconians here in Nassau, and they're like, no, you can't go nowhere. What you mean? When I get back, say, I'm here. When I go back, you know, I'll have a going away party. I'll invite you. You say, until then, just think about it. I'm living in Nassau, brother.
The help we need is to just leave us alone for a year or two, to just let things happen here. Just, take all the restrictions off, let us get on with it. And in a year or a year and a half, once we've got the economy back up and running, I think it'd be well worth the investment. And if they think of it as an investment, maybe that'll change some minds, as opposed to a giveaway or that Abaco is not paying its fair share. Well, that's we could have a long conversation about fair share. But the biggest thing is, how can you help? You can help by getting out of the way.
Yeah. Get out of the way. Okay, I get that. But you're not not to get out of the way, Ken. They're the immovable object. We have to be the irresistible force.
I think it all comes from, everyone thinks the government is the end all and be all, and the government, whenever you have a problem, you have to go to government and government will solve your problems. Well, the last 2 years has shown us in Abaco that the government cannot solve all your problems, and they're not capable of solving your problems. You have to take responsibility.
By the looks of it now, they might be part of the problem
and get done with it.
So, what is my biggest question is, and I got Texas chiming in, Naughty, this can be the same gentleman that 6 weeks ago was on the show, and they got the same, yes, Texter, they have the same situation from 6 weeks ago. Roscoe, how are we still here 6 weeks in, man?
I ask that question myself every day.
And I'm appalled by it just from getting you guys on the show and following it now on the show. So I can only imagine what has transpired prior to us highlighting it on the show.
Trust me, they had to deal with COVID and Dorian. Okay, I'm not going to get into that. But promises were made to the people of Abaco and Grand Bahama and by this administration, and they've gone into taxing the Bahamian people by adding VAT and duty back onto building material. I don't know how that's helping our economy. I don't know, it's helping them here in Nassau because they're collecting the VAT and duty, but it's not helping us in Abaco. The DRA is still not functioning. Social services, I hear, but you don't see it. I hear a lot of people in Abaco complaining of, we're not even going to social services because we don't get the help. These are agencies that were put in place
to
help. And still to this day, the DRA office is open, but there's nothing.
All right, well, we got to get to the break. On the flip side of the break, we're going to continue this conversation with Abaco, with Roscoe Thompson and Mr. Ken Hutton. But obviously, we got to talk about that DRA office. We got to talk about, rebuilding and some of the things that have to happen down there and who we need to agitate and stay on. We got to talk about the shanty towns, too. I'm getting a lot of stuff. A lot of people hitting me, man, no, you need to talk about that. So, Roscoe, you're here. We can talk about that on the break. All right, so we got a lot to discuss in Abaco. Ken, hang tight. We're going to take a quick break on the news, and we'll be back to continue the conversation right here. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. Abaco Revisited. We'll take it into the 5 o'clock hour with my guest from Abaco, and about 5:20 or so, we'll flip it to sports, all right? So we got a lot to talk about still coming up right here on Talking Heads. We're off to a good start. Monday edition. Keep it right where you got it. Don't touch it.
6.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
We're back at you right here, Monday edition of Talking Heads, Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM, 5:04 p.m. is the time. We continue our conversation right now, Mr. Roscoe Thompson, Mr. Ken Hutton, wrapping up Abaco Revisited. Got a couple of things to talk about real quick. First and foremost, Roscoe, shanty towns. This is a big one here. Naughty, there should be raids in every shanty town in the whole entire Bahamas, the whole entire archipelago. Authorities need to be checking for illegals, building code violations, sanitation infractions, etc. Additionally, checks should be carried out for business license and VAT license violations. I mean, if we want to talk enforcement and being fair across the board, I mean, this is just my opinion, but fair is fair. I agree. We need to have standards.
We just had that discussion in our, and I don't know if I'm breaking protocol here, but we just had that discussion in our township. How can we sit here and ridicule and tell a Bahamian that they have to go through town planning, they have to bring their papers in, they have to bring in, they have to go through the proper channels, but then right down off S.C. Boodle Highway or down on the farm road or south, you can have a village being built that is illegal. I don't understand how the government is allowing this to continue to happen. I don't want to hear about the ruling with the court that the justice made, because that was for houses that were already built, if I am not mistaken. That is not for new construction. How do you establish new construction on property you don't own, but you don't go through town planning? You don't go through the proper boards in Abaco for this to happen.
You don't have coding. You don't have any of that.
Correct.
Infrastructure, none of that.
And you have some Bahamians that are allowing it to happen on Crown land, which is illegal. You could not sublease Crown land out. Crown land is for a specific agriculture or industrial. It is not for leasing to an illegal for X amount of dollars a year to build a structure. Personally, I'm getting tired of talking about it. The action of the government from before and now, something needs to be done. How are we justifying what we're doing to our own people as Bahamians, but we're allowing illegals and other persons to get away with it? And I agree with that texter. The VAT, business license, the selling of products, what is being done?
Let's go to the phone lines real quick. We got a caller. Let's go right here. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, Naughty, how you doing, man? I heard you talking about the Crown line.
What you got for me?
Your topic today?
Well, we're actually talking Abaco, but it came up in the conversation of Abaco.
Yeah, because I'm trying to find out, too. I recently got some Crown land. I've been trying, Naughty, just about everybody you know around here. Sparky been trying to get Crown land from Finland was in power. I've gone through Crown land situations with Mr. Ingram, with Mr. Christie, and then Mr. Minnis. I finally got some Crown land. My document showed signed, sealed, delivered on the 15th of September last year. I was told when I was in the meeting, this Crown land is off Gladstone Road. I was given Crown land before, but down in Andros, Naughty. Listen to this. I was born in Chippenham, New Providence. I was given some Crown land in Andros, North Andros, near Bamsey, 5 to 6 acres. I was always interested in getting into farming, Naughty. And the thing is, Naughty, I live in New Providence. Everything I ever did was invested in New Providence, including the house that I'm in now. My children, everybody was born here. Now, on the documents, it tells me that if I do the farm, I'm not allowed to build no permanent structure. Right. Can you hear me, Naughty?
Yeah, listening.
That is correct.
The document tells me I'm not allowed to build no permanent structure. It tells me what is my land for. Farming, animals, fruits and vegetables, and maybe animals, chickens, pigs, whatever else they'll tell you. The reason now I couldn't take the Andros thing is because, Naughty, I have to win Andros.
Right.
No vehicle in Andros, no family living over there. I can't build on the land. But for me to get to North Andros, I got to pay $80 one way and $80 back. How can I go and do a farm in Andros and everything I do, my house, my mortgage, and everything is
In Nassau.
in New Providence.
In New Providence.
I don't live in Nassau. I live in New
Sorry, in
Providence.
New Providence. Sorry, Sparky.
I don't live down Bay Street. I live that's Nassau. Just to get it right. Now you understand my dilemma. So now I tried in Mr. Tennyson Wells and all of them. I said, give me something in New Providence. Maybe instead of 5, 6, give me a little 2 or 3. I could start there and work towards something else. So he said, okay, Sparky, before Mr. Wells died, he fought like hell to try and get me 2 or 3. I ended up in the 2 or 3 off Gladstone Road. Now, the document tells me that they supposed to come do a road, access road to the farm, off of Gladstone Road, to the property. They would survey the lots and rake the land down to the net. After they do that, access to my property, a through road to my property, and then I would fence it. It is my responsibility to fence it and secure it and start my farm. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Sonny?
I following you.
That was supposed to be done by November the 30th of last year. This is already May the 2nd of May the 30th of this year. I still cannot get to the farm. I still don't know where my property is, although I got the document showing the map and the place where they mark up with the red.
Right, but right now that's only bush. So you know which piece of bush you want.
Right, so I don't know where the stakes are. I can't get to the land because my vehicle can't even get to it. This is May of the year, and it's supposed to be done by November. Since then, I cannot contact the minister of Agriculture, the house.
But Sparky, hold on.
Hold on, listen to me, man. I'm just telling you a story. When he's not in the house, I understand they're busy. I do understand they're busy. But he's not in the house. He's traveling. He's in Senate, or he's in a meeting, or he's this and that and that. I am just trying to get to the land so I could start my venture.
So basically, you need somebody to show you exactly where your property is, and you'll handle the rest of that stuff all by yourself.
The house, I can handle the rest of that by myself. When I'm a retired man, and at least I want to get at least to the farm.
But Sparky, you know what's amazing me? As hard as you went to bat, and as hard as you hit for the PRP this last election, you was like Harvey Wallbangers. You was hitting doubles and triples and home runs. You wasn't no scratch stuff. You was banging the ball around the park for them. That's how they doing you now? That's how they doing you?
I don't know if they're doing me.
Well, you telling me your story, and that don't sound too righteous to me. I'll speak for you if you don't want to speak. They doing you wrong.
The thing is, at least I'll see your phone. I can't even get them to answer the phone.
All right, Sparky, you know what? You put your nephew naughty on this. I can get to the bottom of this for you, all right? Because now they ain't even answering the phone when you calling? That's ridiculous. You need to do me a favor. Call one more time. Sparky, you still there?
Sparky, let me get to the farm to start.
Right. Call tomorrow and find out one more time for me where the coordinates are and exactly where it's supposed to be. Then link me and we can go from there. I got friends. All right? If we could identify where your land is, that's the biggest step for you right now, correct?
Not the land. Now I want to work the land.
Right.
I'm retired now. You know, when you're retired, you only live on national insurance.
Right, I got you. But we can get to the bottom of this for you, Sparky. I can get some information on this for you, all right? I ain't saying I can go out there with cutters and help you chop it down now, but I can help you authorize, you know? I got some KFC and some Colvins, and we could both watch and authorize, but we'll make it happen. Let me check the phone lines real quick. Naughty, looks like the government tells Sparky, that's on you. That's your problem, Sparks. Figure it out. No, man, we ain't gonna let them do Sparky like that. Sparky, all right with me. Naughty, we have to push enforcement and personal responsibility in this Bahama land. That's the only fair and equitable way we can improve our lot in this country. But Roscoe, you hear Sparky's plight about the farm, the Crown Land.
Mm-hmm.
Is it similar over there in Abaco with folks with Crown Land, getting through all of that red tape and figuring out where your property is?
Well, the one good thing is a lot of the agricultural land that is laid out in Abaco was side roads and things were pushed from way back and under the previous administration when they laid out the farmland over there. There are some areas that are Crown land that are still unattainable, unless you do have a road, that needs to be pushed. See, our problem with Abaco in regards to the shanty towns is how are they being allowed to be built? How are they able to get and to do what they're doing And I'm going to say this again. We as Bahamians here in the Bahamas are the ones that are put on the back burner. How is that happening? How is it that, and I say this, how is it that we as Bahamians, but an illegal or foreigner can come into our country and go and build on a piece of land and their house not be knocked down? Explain that to me, Mr. PM, or anybody in central government. Come to Abaco. We will show you.
I got one for Ken. Ken, and this coming from the Texas. Member of Parliament for Central and South Abaco, Mr. John Pinder, is the Parliamentary Secretary of Tourism and Aviation and Investments. Why has it been mum's the word from Mr. Pinder all along when it comes to Abaco? Ken still there?
That's a very, very, very good question. And that's a question I think that should be asked of Mr. Pinder. Unfortunately,
but I wrote a column and I had
going to have to ask that question because he doesn't respond to me.
I'll be honest with you, that makes two of us. I wrote a little column, making light of the fact that he looks just like Alfred E. Newman from Mad Magazine, and he's still in his feathers over that one. But nonetheless, we need to get him on because obviously, I'm looking at it now, and the text, and it speaks volumes. The silence does speak volumes. Why are you so quiet? You're right, and you were very vocal during the election on the campaign trail. So now why is it mum's the word? That's a very good question. We'll have to try to get him on the show. Let's go to
I think a lot of it has to do with what we discussed last time is that, when these MPs get elected, they also get these other assignments that are very, important assignments, and it's actually extra money for them. So they get, sort of...
They lose focus.
The machine. Yeah, and they lose focus on the reason that they were put in there for the
You can't lose focus on home team, though.
I'm just saying that's a very possible...
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll leave the jury out on that one, Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hi, good afternoon.
Afternoon. How are you? I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, and your guest, your guest, he's right on point. And it's so sad to see what is happening in this country. It's egregious. Yeah, because it's wrong. He's right. Nobody should be here illegally and erecting structures on the land without any
without permits or coding or proper
permits, and nobody's monitoring what is going on. But I have two other concerns also too relating about, because this problem seems to be vexing. It seems to be systemic, and one of them also too. I think sometimes even the media houses seem to also be a part of promoting this idea of persons feeling entitled and able to have a lot of flexibility in the country. Because I was listening to and congratulations to you, because I know you're new to the program and you do a wonderful job.
Thank you.
But I must give my view on it. I heard a program, a lady was advertising, and she was talking about, our program is geared towards speaking in English and speaking in Creole. So I guess you got to learn a language soon to navigate in this country. And she said some of the topics that are to be discussed includes immigration matters. So when you hear that, you would be thinking, well, what would you need to be discussing immigration for?
Well, let me tell you why I think we got to discuss immigration, because along those same lines, I was shopping on Sunday. And when I was in the food store, I felt like I was back in my college days in Miami, because I heard Spanish, I heard Creole, I heard Jamaican, I heard Bahamian, I heard some good old, American, Caucasian, hey, where do we find the Doritos? And I felt like I was back in college, like at Sedano's. Opalaka Hialeah is the place to shop. And then I opened the papers today, they closed down the Opalaka Flea Market, man.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, see, and what I'm saying, this country is not a first world country like America can absorb this type of thing.
But
this is a third world country, and the population is very small. And this type of thing could risk annexation in this country. This is dangerous.
And you have a great point there. And see, that's the thing. We're a population of less than 500,000 people. We should be able to control what is going on in this country. Abaco is a population of 20, if we're lucky, 20,000 people right now after Dorian. About to happen. Immigration, Defense Force, town planning or Ministry of Works. All of them should be involved in addressing these matters and dealing with it.
With this problem, because it's getting out of hand, and you would have a lot of people. I am tired of running into Bahamian people, a lot of them who have children off to school, and they're saying, I tell them my child don't come back here. Ain't nothing in this country for you. There's nothing in this country.
Telling my son the same thing.
No, but what I'm saying, okay, if that's the case, the offsprings of persons, a lot of them who would have immigrated here illegally, their children will be benefiting and eating and reaping the fat of this land. And that is not what we gain our independence for. So this is a serious situation. The government needs to look at this seriously and address this, because we need a clarion call to go out there to get our native children to come. And I don't want to sound like I'm saying we're better than anybody else.
No.
We're not. But this is our territory. This is our land. We gain our independence for one flag to be raised in this country, not two.
But how do we, here's my point in Abaco, and I don't know if it so much happens here in Nassau, because I do hear some, but in Abaco, how do we ridicule and force a Bahamian to stop building because they did not go through the proper channels for a work permit, a building permit, or town planning, or whatever it may be? But then again, an illegal or a foreigner could build with no questions asked. That's what needs to be addressed, and that's what needs to be stopped.
And I think there's something negative behind it, because a lot of times you had persons who got these papers, under scrupulous means through these JPs who were not very forthwith and not straightforward, you see, and all of this is done sometimes even to get votes, to have persons to be continually elected to office. It's sad. They're destroying so that if they're serious, if you're going to have an immigration department, let it do its job, what it's supposed to do. Other than that, you need to shut it down, because it's not serving any purpose, you see, because it's just like, we don't have an immigration department for what is going on. And for what you're talking about, the gentleman from Abaco, I don't know your name.
Roscoe Thompson.
Robert Thompson, for that sort of thing to be happening there. It's disgraceful, and it's sad in this new age and new time. It is sad. And like I said, getting back to the young Bahamian children, too, a lot of them they're all over the world, building up other parts of the world. They're just a number in those places. But when they come back here in the Bahamas, they are our citizens. They are our Bahamian sons and daughters, and they are the ones who we gain independence for, to build and develop this country, not persons who criminalize, because that's it. That's what they did. If you didn't come the right way and come and was screened through immigration checkpoints the right way, then you criminalize your way up here. And now, somehow, through some unscrupulous means, you got your papers straight, and your kids are going to be straight, and then your kids own businesses, and they're flourishing in the land what is supposed to be for another set of people.
Ma'am, you're making some great points, and I got to get to some other calls, but I don't want this to be the last time you call. Good contributions, all right? And check me again tomorrow and keep on chiming in.
Sure. Take care. Okay.
All right? No problem.
Okay. All right.
Hey, we got a texter coming in. Naughty tell Sparky, get what the duck get. The only thing is the duck get fed. It's a new day. Wow. How about this? Exactly, the building code and sanitation permits. Why are we being so slack with these squatters? And here's another one. Okay, I have a fundamental problem with this. Aren't you supposed to present a plan when you apply for Crown land? How can you apply for Crown land, get 2 acres, and then bellyache that you don't have money to do what you say you were going to do in your plan? A plan isn't just words, it's a specific, achievable thing. If you can't achieve what you said, it's not a plan, and you don't deserve the land. Let someone else get it. They propose, the purpose of Crown land isn't so you could say you have it and hold it. It's so you can add to the country's productivity by using it. Great text right there, texter. Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Guardian Radio, Talking Heads, 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, Naughty, sorry, ready call back. They're not based on what that person just said. But listen to this, Shorty, like he said, what the lady just said and your guest just said. Also down in the back there, when you try to access the land, all along the side of the land, on the one road that they have leading there, there's people going on there every evening with trucks and trucks, old cars and wreckers, dumping old cars, refrigerators and things all along the side of the road. I even took a picture of when that gentleman, 3 fellas in a big black truck, took their license plate. I told them I was going to report them, dumping off washing machines and all kind of things down there on the side of the road. Down in the back there also, you could see a bunch of people down there cutting down the pine trees, And you know what they're cutting them down for.
Same thing's happened in Abaco, my friend.
That's
Same,
what I'm saying.
same
You
thing.
know it happening. You could go down there any day and see it happening, but nobody could say nothing and do nothing about it. But let me go down there and do it. Then you would send the Dowan police down there to arrest me. And like Noddy, let me tell the person who said something about the belly aching. I have my plan. If I get to my land, if you do what you're supposed to do, I have funds to fence my thing and to start my farm. But I don't have the funds to do to get the tractor to build a 50-foot road, which is musty minor to the west to get to my property. The roads in the plan are supposed to be there. They are not there, but they are in the plan. What they give me in my document. But the actual road is not there. You can't even turn your car down. If you go through a left side road, not if you're in one of them little cube, you can't turn it around in the road.
All right, Sparky, I appreciate you, man. Be safe now. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, Naughty, what's up, man?
What's going on?
Radio, buddy. Now, I think I could talk quick.
All right.
You remember, I called you today, but this land to do. I tell you, the people getting this land. I think the government need to come make a statement how they cut down all that land, Carmichael Road, cutting down the trees.
Yeah.
Some people was arrested, I think, and...
But we haven't had a definitive statement from it. Nothing official. No statement saying this is
nothing,
what it is.
Nobody's saying nothing. And like the gentleman from Abaco say, if we sit back and don't do nothing, come on, man. We put them in there to help protect this country. You know, just fellas them cut down all our land down Carmichael Road, and I hear nobody saying nothing. They say that some people lock up and whatever.
But
they going right along.
But hold on. Every day I continue to see big trucks with the pine trees on the back coming from that same area, though. So land still must be clearing, hey?
Man, homeboy, I just was coming that way. I see someone car going through that road. They got a couple Park Road cut down Carmichael Road if you check it out on the north side.
Yeah?
Yeah, man, you need to take a drive that way.
Now you know my stomping ground is City 2000. I was living in the City 1999. You forget where I started at 94.9.
Okay,
Mr. Henry Saunders and Galen Saunders, big up to them all the time.
After Bacardi Road?
Yeah.
On the northern side heading down, man, you see how they got down there. They got chain across.
You talking right past the basketball court and then boom, right down in that area.
Yeah,
right?
when you pass the court, just continue, just look on the northern side. And you will see what
Come like I gotta get me when South in the morning and take a slow drive around in that area around when
no problem.
Walk and have a look at.
No problem, because sometimes I even they got that area look. And then nothing been done. Nobody get charged. Nothing been done. Anybody just go do what they want to do.
And that's the same thing happening in Abaco, and that's why I call on the PM of this country, and I call on the Minister of Immigration, Minister of Lands and Local Government to address this situation, because it is not just a one-department problem. It is a combination of all the different departments working together to solve this for us as Bahamian people.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem if you do something the right way. As I told the person in our township the other day, we stopped them from selling food because they did not go about it the proper way. It was supposed to be a home-based business, but they put a building up, and we went back to them. We discussed it. We told them, ma'am, you have to go through the proper channels. You have to put your plans in. You have to submit it. In the meantime, we will allow you to continue to sell food. We are not trying to take bread out of your mouth, but you have to do things the proper way. My point being is, how do I stop a Bahamian from doing that? But then you have the government or you have the illegals allowed to do what they want, a free reign and roam in this country with no consequences to their actions. That's what I'd like to know.
See, we got to get some action, carry some people to court, let them see you serious, and knock down whatever. See, and then they'll understand that you can't come do that. But long as we don't do nothing, and the lady who called, she made a good contribution, but I'll end with this. I'm sneaking this country by voting should not be getting no citizenship. Every day you open the paper, you see citizenship. We play with our country. But anyhow, Naughty, I go.
Call me back in 5. We got to talk about your Celtics in a little bit.
All right.
Let's go, Heat.
Quiet. Listen, Naughty, we've had no garbage collection service in West Ridge in 3 weeks. Please get some attention out there for us. Please, we need garbage collection in West Ridge. Well, whoever's responsible for garbage collection in the West Ridge area, you need to collect. It hasn't been 3 weeks, no collection. And if I'm not mistaken, the PM lives in West Ridge. Make sure West Ridge garbage is taken care of. If not for my sake, for Brave's sake. Here's another one, Naughty. You know ministers are listening to your show. We need Immigration Minister Keith Bell, Works Minister Alfred Sears, along with Attorney General Ryan Pinder, to fix what the former government started with bringing order to this immigration and land lawlessness.
I just said that, and I agree. That is a great text from that person. But that's something that's got to be addressed, and it's got to be dealt with. We cannot have the court systems telling us we have one set of rules for illegals and one set of rules for Bahamians. How does that work in a country? Let me go to the U.S. and try squat on some land over there in the U.S. What do you think would happen to me, sir?
What? You would see you on the TV? On the 7 o'clock news, the 10 o'clock news, you'd see it all over. But listen, we got to wrap this up. But Roscoe, real quick, Ken, I know there's a couple of things I'm going to visit for you. I think I got to speak to it in the column on Friday maybe. But we got to get the red tape eliminated. So basically what it is still the red tape and no answer back, period, right? You're handcuffed.
Yeah.
And as far as the ministers down there, still mum's the word from everybody?
Not a peep.
All right, so we really need to get on that. So basically there's nothing changed from as far as the Chamber of Commerce goes down there in Albuquerque from 6 weeks ago until now. That is absolutely ridiculous.
And he's a chamber. He's the president of Abaco Chamber. I sit as a local government rep, but he's the president. Don't you think that's who you want to be working with to get your economy? He represents the businesses of Abaco. The businesses. Naughty, get Abaco back up and going. Give us our break, and then
I'm not mistaken,
then tax us.
If I'm not mistaken, when Abaco was up and running, wasn't it one of the major injections into our economy?
Second.
I know, but I want you to say it.
Second.
So Ken, how do we, and I hate I'm going to say this, how do we make Abaco great again? I know some Abaconians down there loving me for that right now. So you know who you are, who blow me up on Facebook. But how do we get Abaco back to being Abaco, man? Like, seriously.
Seriously, I think we need to have the government responsive to working with the private sector. There's no way the government's going to get Abaco back up and running by itself. There's no way the private sector is going to get it running up by itself. We need to partner. And to partner, that means we need to be talking, communicating, and working with each other. It's the only way.
Agreed, my friend.
We got to keep that conversation open, and we got to make sure the dialogue continues. Roscoe, as far as the squatters in the situation, I mean, we just spoke on it, but we need local agencies to get involved.
We have a local government conference, which I'm here in Nassau for, and I can promise you the same things I addressed on the radio today as I've been addressing for the last 3 weeks will be addressed at the local government conference with a lot of other matters that are affecting us in Abaco as local government as a whole, as well as a community. And I speak that from Marsh Harbor, Dundas, and Murphytown, and all of Abaco, because we have some major concerns and major issues that need to be addressed.
I agree, and we definitely it can't be out of sight, out of mind. And again, okay, today is the 23rd, so let's see y'all on the 6th.
Ken, that's good with me. How about you, my friend?
The 6th of June, Ken, you good?
I'll be there.
All right, thanks so much, man. So on the 6th of June, we'll revisit this. Abaco Revisited continues on the 6th of June. That'll be 8 weeks from our initial conversation, a full 2 months. So, I mean, after 2 months, that should be ample time, hey, Ken?
Ample time for what?
To get an answer back. I mean, after 8 weeks, you should at least get a smoke signal or something, right? And then hopefully we might get an email.
I'll settle for a smoke signal or even a smile.
How about
I don't mean to laugh, Ken, but you got jokes.
How about an email response?
That would,
hey, you want Ken to pass out, eh?
Yeah.
You want his pressure to go up, eh? All right, so I thank you all for being so candid and being so real because, like I say, a lot of people here in New Providence are still wanting to, we got Abaconians wanting to get back home, and we got a lot of people in New Providence who actually have family in Abaco, who go there during the year. They look at going there and spending a couple of weeks and coming back. We have to get Abaco back to where it is, especially if, like Roscoe says and like Ken says, the number 2 injection into our economy. as far as islands. So we got to make Abaco great again. We got to get Abaco back to where it is, okay? And for all Bahamians. And if we're going to do things right with foreign nationals, then do it right and code it, make it a standard, and make it where everybody has to follow that procedure. So at the end of the day, Bahamians still have an ample opportunity to play on a level playing field in their own country. So I'm here, guys. You know you got a platform, whatever you need, just chime in. In 2 weeks, we'll see you on the 6th via the Zoom. Who knows? I may go to Abaco for that one, you know.
Come on.
I need to come for the day, you know.
Absolutely.
I could work on it. You know my producers, them cool around here. We'll figure it out.
You know you got a place to stay. I ain't seen you in a long time.
Yeah,
man.
I know, and I could have a good excuse as to I got to check out for, what's on the grill and what's in the cooler. I got to stick around.
Yeah, you can stay with Roscoe.
But listen, it's important to me too, though, because I have property. My wife and I have property in Abaco.
You might have. It might be now claimed.
Claimed, yeah. I'll go reclaim that. Don't worry about that. But at the end of the day, I got paperwork for that. I got them. Lock, stock, and barrel.
I'm only teasing you.
But at the end of the day, if that's where I want to retire, and say, who knows, we want to put our feet up, and do a comedy club, for the winter birds, 6 months on, 6 months off. And I got dreams. It could happen. So I need Abaco to be Abaco. Like Sparky got his crown land. I got my idea for Abaco with my land. Let's make it happen.
You said it. And I hate to say it, make Abaco great again. I have a hat that says that. A lot of people get it mistaken for Make America Great Again. But let's make Abaco great again. Abaco used to be, and we have the potential to come back and be the number 2 economy in this Bahamas. We have the people there that are willing to work and do it. And you have the people there in the Keys and everything that are making that effort. We just need the government to give us a break. Mr. PM, please listen to us. Remove the red tape. Give the Abaco people the VAT and the duty-free off of building materials.
All right, guys, we got to get to the break. I appreciate you. Y'all be safe. We'll talk soon. A quick break right here on Talking Heads, and on the flip side of the break, we'll get into the sports right here on Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. I want to thank Roscoe and Ken for chiming in this week. We'll talk soon.
Burger King Nassau is bringing you the delicious taste of Philly cheese in 3 mouth-watering varieties. Enjoy the great taste of Philly cheese with your choice of flame-grilled beef, crispy chicken, or try out BK's plant-based beef version. BK's Philly cheese has all the lots of melted cheese, caramelized onions, bell peppers, and mushrooms on a sesame seed hoagie bun. Try the new Philly cheese as a combo or as part of the King's Feast at any of BK's 7 locations. Burger King Nassau, where taste is king.
Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
When I got prostate cancer, my family didn't know if I was going to live. At Cancer Treatment Centers of America, within days, I got an appointment. They presented me with treatment options, and we set up a robotic prostatectomy. When my scans came back, there are no signs of cancer. They don't see you as a number, they see you as a part of the family. I'm going on with my life. It's a real gift.
Call us at Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
Need to satisfy your late-night munchies? KFC drive-thrus are open and frying until midnight every night of the week. Whether you're craving juicy KFC chicken, fries, and biscuit, or one of our signature KFC sandwiches, we've got you covered with 100% KFC flavor. Catch some late-night vibes and take a ride to your neighborhood KFC for after-dark satisfaction. Last call to get fueled by KFC fried chicken is midnight. Late night cravings at KFC Nassau. It's finger-licking good.
What's going on, Bahamas? It's your boy, Sawyer Boy. COVID is clearly unpredictable. It doesn't matter how young you are, how old you are. I'm young, and it still put a beating on me. I had no other option but to go to the hospital. If I had waited one more day, I wasn't gonna come inside here alive. You don't wanna be in the same position that I was in. Vaccines may not stop you from getting COVID, but it can stop you from getting COVID the way I had COVID. You don't want that way.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family, together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online, www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on in today at John's, where we put fashion at your feet.
Wow, 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 wow! KFC just put the wow in your week with the KFC Crazy Tuesday Wow Bucket. Satisfy your crispy fried chicken cravings with 8 pieces of finger-licking good chicken for the wow price of $15. And with KFC Crazy Bundles, you can add all your KFC favorites for more savings. So taste the crunch and take a KFC bite out of life. Be happy. Save at KFC. Only on Tuesdays and only at KFC. KFC Nassau. Crazy, wow, good.
Naughty Johnny's restaurant can only be described as the experience you want to recreate again and again and again. Their motto is simple food done well. You're welcome into their home at Naughty Johnny's, where you can dine on crack conch fritters, and other Bahamian favorites. There's also an international flair that's guaranteed to offer something for everyone. Enjoy a good meal and listen to a live band on their patio Friday and Saturday nights, or brunch on Saturday and Sunday, only at Naughty Johnny's restaurant in the Old Town Plaza, Old Fort. They're open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Sunday. Naughty Johnny's, well worth the trip.
Fidelity, we're good for you. We know how important it's of your business. Start your relationship with Fidelity today so that we can show you the many options available to you with our merchant services. From click and pay options online to merchant terminals and e-commerce options. We're here to help your business succeed. For more details, speak to one of our business development officers at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit our website at fidelitygroup.com or visit any of our branches.
Let Dunkin' put the good back into morning with our delicious breakfast sandwiches. Enjoy a fluffy egg topped with American cheese and bacon, ham, or savory sausage on your choice of a flaky croissant, a warm bagel, or a toasted English muffin. Choose your favorite and have breakfast just the way you like it. Make it a combo with golden hash browns and a freshly brewed coffee, and get rising and shining with Dunkin' breakfast sandwiches today. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
We're back at you right here, Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. And again, I got to bring Earl LaPearl on, and I appreciate Earl's patience, man. We went over a little bit talking politics, and definitely we got lots to talk about there, Earl. You could go ahead and get your baseball out of the way. Just get it out of the way. Go.
I guess right now, Muncie called for a game now, so I'm ready to trade him to the Yankees.
We ain't want it.
This dude, that's a ground ball. Easy double play ball. He bobbled and let go through his leg and crosses the game.
That's baseball there, Earl. That's baseball. Come on, man.
Double play. No, it wasn't double play. It was already 2 out. Easy. I was so hot with him last night.
How hot were you?
I was so hot. Anyway, we'll talk about that another day.
All right. We got games on top today. Let's look at today's games. You got the 6:35 games going on today. You got Colorado and Pittsburgh. Chicago, Cincinnati. Your Dodgers play at 7 against the Washington Nationals.
Yeah, we get for a sweep.
The Orioles take on the Yankees, the 29-12 Yankees. Notice I said 29-12, right?
You neglected to say you got swept yesterday, though.
It doesn't matter. We're still 29-12. That's the point.
Game better. You get 12 with losses. We get 13. All right.
Right. We're so good that we could lose 3 games and still be better than the Dodgers. That's what I'm trying to show you. That's how good the Yankees are.
But you're just ignoring the sweep. That's what you're saying to me.
He's looking at a broom right here now. If you're a dynasty like the Yankees, you've been swept, you know. So as you sweep, so as you shall get swept.
Okay.
You see?
Okay. All right.
Here's your team that you like. Your team, your Philadelphia Phillies. They playing the Atlanta Braves tonight, and I know who you're pulling for in that game. You hate the Phillies.
I don't bother me with that. I ain't got to see them no more till August.
But speaking of sweeps, didn't they sweep 3 from you?
No. They took 3 out of 4 from us, and then we took 3 out of 4 from them.
Oh, okay. They poked you in the left eye. You poked them in the right eye. That's what you're saying?
We should have swept them this weekend. We really should have swept them this weekend.
All right. You got Detroit and Minnesota tonight as well at 7. You got Toronto, St. Louis, Cleveland, Houston, KC, Arizona, Oakland, Seattle, Milwaukee, San Diego, and the Mets in San Francisco in a late game that I think is going to be a good one.
No, the Mets can be the Padres gone and then spank them this weekend. Spank them. I don't want to spank the Giants this weekend.
But Earl, you talking about the 27-14 Padres who are nipping at the heels of the Dodgers? Are you talking about that Padre team?
That Padres, yes. They're nipping at our heels, yes. That's only for now.
They look very legit. They look very...
good team. No, they got a good team. We just own them. That's all. We own them. They got a good team, but we own them.
All right.
You gotta play here. You gotta play each other 19 times.
19 times.
Last time that'll happen this year. After next year, I think it dropped about 15 or 14.
All right. Well, let's have a gander at the NBA, Earl. All right. And we need to talk.
Oh, I'm excited.
We need to talk about the NBA real quick. All right. As far as what's going on, and like I said, what you got for the Lakers? Because you're the Laker. I'm in self-imposed Laker exile.
Yeah, I know that. So now, Juwan Howard turned down.
Yeah, he turned down the coaching position for the Lakers. Said
some people tried to make it a big deal, but
take me out of
think
consideration.
It's a little early for him. I think it's a little early for him to try and get it in. I think he needs to stay in Michigan for.
You know what I think? I think Juwan Howard is going to be like the next John Thompson at that Michigan program. How John Thompson was in Georgetown, Juwan Howard is going to be in Michigan. That's what I'm seeing. Legacy.
And that's why I think he should stay in Michigan. I have no problem with that. Then I understand Mark Jackson did not make it to the second interview. Didn't do well in the first interview.
No, I don't know what's going on with Mark Jackson. I think the league has blackballed him for comments he made years ago.
Probably so. So right now, the Lakers are looking at Darvin Ham. He's the front runner, the Bucks' assistant head coach.
I don't mind Darvin Ham being the head coach, and then it's either Terry Stotts from the Blazers and then the other guy who used to assist in Golden State, correct? Atkinson, Kenny Atkinson, yeah.
Now I like Ham because Ham can stand up I forgot he was on radio.
Yeah.
Ham can stand up to LeBron.
He can stand up to LeDodo.
Sit your butt down, shut up and listen to me. He said, because you ain't do no more than what I have done. I coach superstars. I got a championship. Matter of fact, I got one more before.
And Darvin Ham was a banger in the league too, so he's proficient in ginking you with the elbow. He could gink LeBron if he had to.
He's my front runner right now.
Well, I'm thinking the guy that may get it is going to be Atkinson.
I think Ham. No, from what I'm hearing.
I want it to be Ham. Don't get me wrong. I am been Ham for Ham, but Atkinson is in that conversation still there, Pearly.
Yeah, he's in the conversation. All three of them in the conversation. Ham is gathering more momentum, and apparently the general manager approves of him.
Well, let's see where that pans out. I don't have a problem with Ham, and I think if you get Ham, he's got an idea from his coaching stops in Milwaukee, Atlanta prior. He's got an idea of the kind of players that he wants to put in his system. And the Lakers need to play some defense. So I think hopefully, Darvin Ham is the kind that'll bring back Malik Monk to the fold. He'll keep a Kendrick Nunn. He'll get Taylor Horton Tucker to play some defense and play ball again. And maybe light a fire under LeBron and AD and see where we go from there. Obviously, you got to get rid of Westbrook.
A lot of people think that this is, a regroup team, AD would probably be healthy because he wasn't healthy this year. So I think it's kind of selling out on him too quick. And maybe, you'll see a better AD next year. But we'll see how that goes.
Listen, man.
I think Golden State and Dallas are basically over.
Yeah, I was going to get to that. Listen, I think itself in the foot the other night in game 2, when they had the lead, they blew the lead. I think that was the undoing of the Dallas Mavericks right there. Golden State comes back and goes up 3-0. I think that's pretty much insurmountable for Dallas. I think they may go silently into the night, maybe win one game. But at the end of the day, I like Golden State to advance.
If Golden State jump on them in game 4 right away, you could call that a sweep because them fellas, they done down. They done deflated.
The most bipolar series is Miami and Boston.
Man, I don't know what to say with that one.
Y'all was telling me I need to watch 2 games. We all need to watch game by game because you don't know who could turn up. But I will tell you, the name that I called on Friday saying who had to have a big game did, and that's Bam Adebayo. I said if Bam steps up, the Heat gonna be back in it. And boy, Bam made me look good. Naughty Damas in the building again. So,
but I don't know. Smart. I haven't heard what's going on with Smart yet for the day.
I told you that injury is nagging. That is a nagging injury. You know, so we'll see where it goes. Personally,
they don't have him out though. They don't have Smart out.
No,
they have Butler's game time decision.
Yeah, they got Smart in the lineup.
Game time decision. Tatum, their hero is out.
Well, tonight Miami could actually, if they could get on the road in Boston and do something, they could actually go up 3-1 tonight.
They could if they can do something. If Jimmy's playing,
and then if they get up 3-1, they get back to Miami. That one's curtains right there. I think they knock it out in game 6 if they get back to Miami up to 3-1. They're not going to give Boston a chance to get back in it.
Basically, how these two teams bind up, it doesn't matter. Golden State can take it all.
Yeah, run it, but I'll tell you who the catalyst of that Golden State team is right now, living up to his number 1 pick draft status and his pedigree coming out, is that same Wiggins. Wiggins is playing some big ball for Golden State.
You know, my favorite sportscaster, Stephen A. Smith, said, and I remember a couple of years ago, I said I would have traded Wiggins for buying a peanuts. Now he's really earning his pay. He is really developed. He's having a great year.
The maturation process might have taken a little longer with him, but guess what? He's money now. He's playing big. He's playing big. I thought he flashed against Memphis. I thought he flashed earlier, but
he's not number 1, number 2, or number 3 option. Maybe 3 or 4 option, but so he's not the man. He doesn't have that pressure. He can relax, play ball, and his best game.
But if you look at the numbers though, if you look at what he's done, like looking game in all the games, if you look at Wiggins, he's quietly 16, 5 and 5, 1 steal, 1 block. Then you look at him in other games, and quietly, let me get the other.
Yeah, he puts up the points. You don't see him there because everybody looking at Clay.
Another one. All right, check this one out. Another one. Another 15 burger right there. You feel me? He's like putting up numbers.
Yeah.
He's really stepping up and playing. When they won 112-87, what did he put up that night when they won the first game? 19, 5 and 3. 19 points, 5 rebounds, 3. So let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, Naughty.
What's going on? Hey, me and Earl talking about your Celtics right now. Which bipolar team gonna show up in the series, man? I don't know what's going on.
I can tell you right now, if the Celtics win tonight, they can take it. It's a big game tonight.
So you said if the Celtics win tonight, even it up 2-2, they're gonna buck their toe tonight, go down 3-1.
Yeah, well, I think we can get back.
All right.
But you got to remember one thing now: the Celtics hold the 2 big scorers. You know, when you hold the Nets, Durant, that guy, he tough, and they hold down what the other fella name, the Milwaukee fella, the football charging there. They hold them too, so you know they got good defense.
Yeah, they got good defense, but at the end of the day, they got to be able. They got to score, and that's what the problem is.
Yeah, now that's all they got to do. That's hold, and like I say, the night is the night. If you see the Celtics tied it up 2-2, it'll be Celtics and Golden State.
Well, we'll talk about it tomorrow, man. I go watch that tonight. You take care. Have a good night watching your sports. Well, back to the point. Wiggins had 27, 11, and 3 in the last game. 18 and 3 in the first game. 16 and 5. Wiggins is playing ball, you know.
He is playing ball. There's no pressure on him. They're watching him. They're watching Steph. They're watching Clay. And while they're watching him, he over in the corner hitting trees. Boom.
Right, and obviously, if you're gonna have an unguarded guy You know, why not Wiggins? And he's taking advantage of it. So
as long as he produces, he'll be all right. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I'm telling you, mark my words. I'm telling you this: the Warriors can trade Clay.
yeah, he might end up coming to LA too.
They
So
can trade Clay.
So, Pearly, big day tomorrow in sports. We're going to have boxers in studio tomorrow. We're going to be chopping it up with Kishno Major, talking boxing.
Okay.
And then, of course, we'll do baseball in depth, football in depth. Full hour tomorrow in the sports. So get your boxing questions ready. And, of course, Peter the Dream Rahim is going to be in studio tomorrow as well, too.
I got to ask Peter if he's the promotions manager.
They don't have a heavy bag, so they just duct tape Peter. They give him a couple of beers. They duct tape Peter to the roof and just swing him and punch him like the heavy bag.
He has put on a lot of weight, so he kind of.
Yeah.
Peter, that's not me, Peter. That's not me, Peter.
Peter's definitely fullback material now. You know, he's no longer quarterback. He's fullback material. And if he was a kicker, he was Janikowski for sure.
Yeah. A little short, but yeah.
But Janikowski used to kick the rock with that big belly. Janikowski used to walk out there with a Marlboro in his mouth and a beer in his back pocket and kick a field goal.
And come up drinking and puffing that ciggy.
Hey, John Daly, as a matter of fact, shout out to our generation. He had a great round in golf on the weekend, and he only consumed 12 Diet Cokes, 27 Marlboro cigarettes, and 6 packs of M&Ms, and he went to Hooters afterwards to celebrate.
Well, nobody did there.
Yeah, but John's improved, because remember back in the day, John would be drinking a 40-ounce of Jack on the course and smoking more than cigarettes, you know?
I know. But you see how Tiger had to bow out? Tiger,
I don't like to see Tiger like that, man. I really don't like to see Tiger like that. It looks painful.
I mean, Friday, I watched him Friday. He had a 69 Friday. Tiger was on point, but then he was sore. He couldn't put the plan. He couldn't twist the swing. He had a 79 on Saturday. It was like, man, I quit. And that was the best move to make.
Yeah, I think he had to quit. He could get away with it on the injury. Say it was the leg injury and call it a day.
No, you could have seen that he was limping. You could have seen that he was hurt. He was limping, and you could have seen him winch his face. He make up his face when he makes the swing. He was bad. He was bad.
You know what I pray for, Earl? I just pray for Tiger to have like a Kobe moment. You know how we saw Kobe go out, Lord bless the dead, with the 60 burger? I just want to see Tiger just one more tournament, just hit rare priceless form. You know what I mean? Just blow it out and just leave it captured in time. Like that's how we know him. And just almost like a storybook, let the Tiger walk off into the sunset and have that happy ending until he get caught doing something crazy with some 18-year-old at a golf academy.
If he could get just rest up, get a good healthy weekend and play golf like he played Friday, he could do that. He could do that, you know.
All right. Well, Pearly, it's that time, my brother. I appreciate your time. No short edition today, but we did have a good conversation with Abaco. And, of course, like I said, tomorrow in depth, get your boxing questions ready. And we'll talk your Dodgers, because if they lose tonight, now we got to talk.
They lose tonight. But, you know, we got some injuries, so we'll be all right.
But, Earl, you remember last year, you all started off like a house of fire, and then for a couple of weeks, you were very silent. I'm wondering, are you going into that silent period again with your Dodgers with the injuries and whatnot?
Listen, we lose one game. We won 6 in a row and lose one game. I mean, come on.
All right. Good stuff. We'll talk. We'll talk tomorrow. It sounds like you're trying to convince yourself by saying that.
I ain't trying to convince myself, but nothing anyway. It's 7 o'clock.
Anyhow, go watch your game, man. Be safe. Thanks for chiming in. I want to thank you for chiming in, Roscoe and Ken for chiming in from Abaco, and everybody who chimed in. We got to talk more stuff tomorrow. Those who texted me about the drainage and in Pinecrest, we'll talk about that. Those who texting me now about policies and overstaffed boards and departments. Great stuff. Great contributions today, my talking heads. Thanks to Roscoe and Ken from Abaco. Earl for chiming in. Like I said, we'll do it again tomorrow right here, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Have a great Monday, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Talking Heads with Naughty is sponsored by BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, Dunkin' Donuts, Fidelity Bank Bahamas, the Fincastle Media Group, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, J.S. Johnson, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, and Tropical Gyros.